Okay, thank you all very much for coming. Okay, I just want to point out real quick. So I'm learning with a group. You see the name Shulchan Aruch Yomi. So every day we learn 5 days a week. It takes about 25 minutes. If you hear a recording, you can do it in 2-speed. But you're welcome to join. And we started with Orach Chaim. We've gone through Shechita, Treifos. Now we're doing Dam and Melicha. So here we're going to Rav Ben David, who is a huge tzaddik, tremendous Talmud Chacham. You can ask him anything on anything of anything, but certainly Shechita and Treifos, and you can ask him about an obscure Pri Magadim, and he'll know about it. He's certainly one of the world's foremost educators in Shechita. He wrote Sichas Chulin, and I'll just point out that just to share, many years ago, one of my Rebbeim, Dayan Rabbi Yochanan Tauber from Los Angeles, he recommended that I buy a set of Shulchan Aruch. It's just straight Shulchan Aruch Ramah, and to learn a little portion every single day. But when you open it up, to keep up, to finish it every year or two, it's a tremendous undertaking, and it's almost like a closed book. If you're not holding of the Shulchan Aruch, it's very difficult just to read it straight. So anyway, so now it's becoming more user-friendly if you're part of a chabura. So that's what got me started going with this. And I just want, to start, but just before we start, before we start, we're going to say a parak of Tehillim and because of the whole situation. But I just want to point out, right before we do the Shechita, is the chance to own, I hope it was clear. I'm not sure how clear, but we give the opportunity that anyone who has a partial owner of the animal can also be mekayem the mitzvah of giving the matnot kehuna, which is the zroa, which is the first two bones of the right arm, the l'chaim, the mandible, both sides with the cheek and the tongue, and the keva, the fourth stomach. And in order, if you're a Kohen, it's pater. So if anybody gave money who is a Kohen, then you have a chance to get your money back. But it's towards education, but you can't, we're not letting you own the animal. And, okay. So that's as far as the and a Levi is a suffix, so we're also not letting a Levi. And also a husband of a Kohenet can also receive, or suffix Leviah, but also Kohenet. So also, if you're married to a Leviah, a Bat Levi, or a Bat Kohen, a Kohenes, also you cannot own in the animal because it could make it pater if you own the Zorah L'Chaim V'Keva. So, here. As far as the ownership, so I'm going to own it, right? So I have to pick it up, right? The only way for me to own it, Masira doesn't work. Mashicha would work if I owned this ulam, probably if I rented it, but actually the shul gave it to us as a gift to use it for tonight. So I'm borrowing it. I don't think Kenya Mashicha will work. Not sure. So the only way to do is Hagbah. So let me just put on my gown and I'll do that. What?
When you're lifting it, you're also being kona on behalf of
right.
the people that were mishtat.
So I'm going to be, when I pick it up, I have in mind that I'm owning it, and that everyone else who is mishtatef is also going to be an owner.
Owner in the zroa, in the l'chaim.
In the, or a small percentage of the whole animal, but certainly the zroa l'chaim the keva. If we're going to do that right now in a second.
Yeah. Should we read out the names?
Oh, I don't have a whole list.
I have
not everyone gave it to me. It's okay. But you don't have everyone, but you can have some of them, I guarantee you. No, because a lot of people gave it to me directly or Yoel directly. You still have a couple minutes more, but you have to own it to me. But you have to own it before the Shechita happens. That's when the mitzvah is chal.
All the practic part of what Arav Miller taught in his shiur from the Shechita, and going also to see all the Treifos. We won't see the Treifos, we'll see the kashrus of the organs that may be treifa in other animals, and also we'll see what is nikur, chelev, dam, and maybe also simone be'emo, aksherim, and some other things also. We're doing the Shechita now. The Shechita will be here. And it's recommended that small children won't see the Shechita. Small means 7 years and down. Okay, so children that are not 7 yet, so are not supposed to see the Shechita. Say that. Tov, L'shem Ichud, Kudsho, Brichu. We know mitzvahs Shechita. It says in Parshas Re'eh, V'zovachto la'Hashem Elohikecho tzoin ubokor ka'asher tzivisicho. What is ka'asher tzivisicho? Where did Hashem mitzave us the details of Hilchos Shechita? We don't find any other place. It just says in Parshas Re'eh, Kasher Tzivisicho. The Gemara says, Chulin Perek Sheni, Melamed Shenitztavo Moshe al Shchitas Shnei Simonim Babeime V'Simon Echod Ba'oif. All those details of the Zviche, of the Shechita, we got them, Moshe Rabbeinu got them Misinai. That's Aloche LeMoshe Misinai. All the details, even though it's LeMoshe Misinai, but it's considered Deoraise. If we have one of the haloches we didn't do on the Shechita, so it's Nevele Deoraise. And we have 5 haloches. Shehiyeh, Hagrome, Drose, Chalode, Ikur. That means we have a special knife. You can see Arav HaShoichet, he's checking the knife. It's a special knife that is sharp and smooth. Chad v'cholok. You're not allowed, that will be any pegima. Pegima is nick, yes, or crack, or any, even a feeling. If we pass the nail on the blade of the knife and we have even a small feeling, we don't check. We have to sharpen the knife and smooth it till it will be chad v'cholok, that we don't have anything that bothers the finger when the finger passes on the blade. And shehiyah means you're not allowed to stop in the middle. Drose means you're not allowed to press the knife on the neck when you do the Shechita. Only going back and forth. Havoe ve'aloche. And we have aloche of chalode. The knife is not allowed to be covered during the Shechita. Aloche leMoshe Misinai. Also we have aloche of ikur. Ikur means that the simonim have to be attached to the place in the neck. On the neck, along the neck, we have 2 pipes. One pipe is the kone, the windpipe. The other pipe is the veshet, the esophagus, the pipe of the food. And we must cut both of them. At least roiv. Roiv kol echod ve'echod. So that is the Shechita. And now we will do the Shechita. Emirtze Hashem. We need a sandik. You'll be the sandik. You hold it. Okay? Hold it. Maybe. Asita kinyan? No, not yet. Okay. Do the kinyan. We'll help you. We'll help you. Messiah will help you. Hold from the legs. Pick up the legs. Chat, shtaim, shalosh. Opa! Tefach is enough. Oh, don't bang your head. Don't bang your head. Okay. Okay, now is yours. And also we did domim, we gave the money to the farmer. And, okay. הוא לא כהן, לא לוי, אף ישראל. ננקה את זה. Okay, now, maybe somebody will help him also. Want to hold? No. Two people. You hold the back legs, you hold the front legs. Now bring it towards me and more inside, so it won't be next to the edge. Now, זה נקי, נביא נשטוף אותו. זה בשבילי, לא. יש לך. טוב. זה אחר כך. For the... כן. This is not the Shechita knife. This is posel. It's posel. Okay. So. Yeah. This is afterwards for the robe. Okay. Okay. כן. Bring it towards me. זהו.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו.
Okay, now open the feet. So we'll see. If the behema was mesukenes, that means that it wasn't healthy and the behema wasn't able to stand. So it's called mesukenes. That you learned that in Shulchan Aruch Simen Yud Zayin. Okay, so there you have to see if the behema does pirkus. What is pirkus? Pirkus is to move the body, especially the legs, to fold. Here, she's doing pirkus. Look. See, this is pirkus. Pirkus means to fold and straighten the feet. You see? Here. So this is pirkus. But we don't have to see pirkus in this specific animal because she wasn't mesukenes. Okay? Yes. Okay. People want to see the screen, so please don't stand in front of the screen. Thank you. Okay. Now after she did pirkus, we'll pick it up, and okay. Even though we checked the sakin right before the shechita, we have to check the sakin again after the shechita because we have a chashash, maybe the sakin hit the wool or the skin of the neck, and that happened before the simonim, so then it can spoil the shechita. So therefore we have to check again after the shechita to see that okay. מה זה? לא. בסדר. Where's the yellow knife? Me. Okay. When the behemah is mefarakeses, we're allowed to eat from it. Midin ever min achai. But we still have a lav of lo yisoichlu al adam. Therefore, we have to wait till the behemah will finish the pirkus, and after then, we're allowed to eat it. But we're allowed to cut a piece from the behemah before he finishes the pirkus. We can take that piece and keep it till he finishes the pirkus, and then we can eat it. Now, I'm separating the head from the body, and we will see all the halaches of Shechita. Okay, maybe we can fold the cardboard and bring a new one. Okay? Want to do? Just fold it. Fold it. Put it aside. Oh, leave it like this. Now I can stand on the clean. Oh, das ist gut.
The breathing, if you can get it. Chulin. Yeah, we can't see the screen. We don't try and cut the vertebrae. The neck bone. Could be an issue of madrasa, could be an issue of making the neck one.
Okay, here is the head of the sheep. We have two simonim. The Kohen, this is the windpipe that the air comes through it. And right behind it we have the Veshet, the esophagus. Esophagus has two skins. One is red, and the internal one is white. You see, we have inside a white skin. The nekev, if we have a treifos, the nekev in the esophagus is the treifos of nekuvas haveshet. The halacha is that the hole has to be in both skins. And even if we have one hole in the red skin and the second hole in the white skin, and they're not close, but because the esophagus is moving all the time, it's very flexible, then these holes can meet, and then we'll have a nekev mefulosh that passes the whole esophagus, and then it will be treifos. The Kohen, the halacha of the treifos of the Kohen is roiv. That means that if it's cut beroiv, then it's treifos. Also, behilchos Shechita, we must cut the roiv of the Kohen and the roiv of the veshet. Even though the veshet, the treifos is by a hole, nekuvo, but the shechita of the veshet has to be roiv, like we have the Shechita in the Kohen. Okay? Now, should I stand on the table? Is it better? Yeah? Okay. 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 Right behind the simonim, we have the spinal cord, chut ashidro. The chut ashidro is this white string, and it comes out of the skull. The skull is the gulgoles. Inside we have the brain, the moyach, and the spinal cord comes out of the brain, and we have different haloches of treife for both of them. The spinal cord, chut ashidro, is treife only if it's cut beruboy. And the moyach is treife only if we have, even if we have a nekev kolshehu. Where is the border between the moyach and the spinal cord? The border is Chulin. Chulin are two bones. You see, here we have two white bones. That those are the hinges that attach the head to the neck. And that way, the neck stands and the head can move. It's attached with these two things, and they're called in the Gemara Chulin. Kemin shnei Chulin. Yesh, because they look like a bean, a white lima bean, two lima beans, Chulin. So that is the place, that is the border between the chut ashidro and the moyach. We have the mouth is built from two jaws. We have lechi ho'elyon, that's the upper jaw. This is the upper jaw. And we have lechi atachton, that is the lower jaw. Maybe, do we have another basin? If somebody can fill a basin of clean water, so I can rinse the head and rinse big, or that the head will fit in. Okay, so now we have a few haloches with doing with the lechi. Inside there's a glove. See a glove? Yeah, thank you. The better one stayed in West Virginia, in the camp. Somebody put it in the closet and locked it. It stayed there. Next year. Okay. Oh, Ken, okay. 1 minute. No, I'm saying.
I can throw away the whole bucket, right?
Yes, that you can throw. Yeah, Arav Ariel. תפוס. אולי צריך עוד לחתוך. זה חתוך. Be careful of his teeth. Hey, צריך לחתוך עוד. Wait a minute. עצור. Up. I'll explain 1 second. We have 2 jaws. שני לחיים. לחי העליון ולחי התחתון. So I want to separate them. And then we want to see how our 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute. Let him work. Afterwards, I'll pick it up. You'll be able to see. We'll show you everything after he breaks it apart. Okay? Almost. Give me. Okay. About one. Give me now. Okay. בסדר. הופה. Okay. Now, we have 2 jaws, the upper and the lower. About the lower jaw, we have the aloche, nital halechi atachtoin ksheiro. Imagine yourself, you see a sheep walking like this, with the lower jaw is torn apart, and the Gemara says, and Shulchan Aruch says, that it's kosher, it's not treife. Why? Because the simonim, nothing happened to them. The simonim, the Kohen and the Veshet, are still attached to the lechi atachton. Here we have the Kohen, here we have the Veshet. They're attached, so it's kosher, no problem. But Rambam says, and we have that in Shulchan Aruch, Siman Lamed Gimel, Nital Halechi Ha'elyon Treife. The upper jaw, if it breaks off, it's treife. Why? Rambam says, in Tshuvos Rambam, that the air comes in to the nose, and when the air passes here in the sinus, it gets warm there. What does he mean, gets warm? It means that it kills all the germs that pass here, and it cleans all the dust, and then we have clean air, oxygen that comes down to the lung. So Rambam says if you don't have this upper jaw, so the air comes straight into the lung and it's still cold. That means that it's cold. The temperature is low, temperature of the air. And also all the germs are still there and a lot of dust. And the behema will die. And the Rambam says we have a klal in the Mishnah. Kol she'en kamoyo chayo shnei masar chodesh harezo treife. Any animal that can't live more than 12 months is treife. So therefore, if we'll have the lechia elyon will break off, so it will be treifa because the animal can't live more than 12 months. But the lechia tachtoin, the Shulchan Aruch brings that the behema can live. Why? Because the farmer can feed the behema, and put the food in the throat, and then the behema will swallow the food and can continue living. It won't bother the behema. Now we see something interesting. Look at the teeth of the behema. The front, we have the chewing teeth, the molars. You see, this is... Don't stand around. Thank you, yeah. These are the chewing teeth, and we have the cutting teeth. These teeth, in the front, they cut the grass, and in the back, they are wide teeth that the behema chews the food. So in the front, we have these cutting teeth only on the bottom. On the top, there are no teeth. You see? The behema has no teeth in the front on the top. The Gemara says there's a klal. If I'm going somewhere and I find a new animal that I don't know, I don't recognize that animal. I don't know. I see that it is mafreses parso. What is mafreses parso? The feet of the kosher behema is the behema has two hooves, two parsois. You see, one and two fingers. It's splitted. That is mafreses parso veshoisas shesa shtei prosois. What is parso and what is shesa? Parso, Rashbam says, that is the shoes that the behema has. So it's shoisea shesa, it's splitted. The shoes, he has parsos and it's splitted. Rashi says parso means it's sliced, like a pruso, a slice. So mafreses parso means the foot is sliced. Veshoisas shesa means that it's a complete slice, that it's from one side to the other side, from the bottom till the top. It's not like the camel. The camel, even though he has two toes, but they're attached in the back, and where the camel is stepping on, it's all closed. But the sheep and all the kosher behemoths, even where they're stepping on, and the whole foot is splitted. That's mafreses parso veshoisas shesa. That is a sign that I can tell when the behema is alive. I see it. But how do I see malas geiro? Malas geiro, the behema does at night when she's alone. Nobody sees that. I want to shecht that animal right now when I find it. How can I tell if it is mafreses parso, veshoisas shesa, ve malas geiro? How do I know that it's malas geiro? The Gemara says we have a simen. All the behemoths that don't have teeth, front teeth, on the top, for sure they are malas geiro. It must be. The whole world, till today, that's the rule. And therefore, if I find a behemoth that has no teeth on the top and the front, so I know that it is malas geiro, and we can eat that behemoth. Now, matnois kehuno, also we give the lechi atachtoin, the lower jaw. That belongs to the Kohen. But the upper jaw we don't have to bring. Only there's one Shechita, Aruch HaShulchan brings, B'Shem Targum Yonason, but we don't do like that. We give only the lower one. I'll separate it completely, and we'll see the borders of the Shechita. What Kohen will give it to? No, they never give it. Why? Because some of the places what they do, they take a Kohen that is working in the factory, and they tell him, look, we pay you, we add to your salary, we add you 500 shekel every month, and in those 500 shekel, you buy the matnos kehuna, and you are moichel. You give it back to us. Why? Because the restaurants, they want the tongue. The tongue is a part of the lechi atachton, haloshoin. You see, halashon זה חלק מלחי התחתון, היא שייכת לכהן. צריך להביא את זה לכהן. אז איך יש לנו לשון? We see in the restaurant, they give a tongue, because they do that trick. Okay? They do a trick. But some places, they do it real. They give the actual price, not the price that you pay by the butcher, the price of the soicher when he buys it from them. So it's much less, and they pay the Kohen that price, and he pays it, he sells it back, and that is good. That is okay. But today we have the situation is that most of the places, the behemoth belongs to a goy before the Shechita. So even though we buy it afterwards, we don't buy the live behemoth. We buy after the Shechita if we find that it's kosher or glad, so then we buy it. So at the moment of the Shechita, it was belonging to a goy. So memele no matnos kehuna. So we don't have a problem in most of places today, especially in Chutz La'aretz or even in Eretz Yisrael. Today, a big part of the field belongs to the goyim. Okay, now, or if you sell it especially for the Shechita, so it has to be a real sale, like with a contract, a shtar or kinyan, like we did here. Okay, but Kohen is potur, but the halacha says, Siman Samech Aleph, that after 2 or 3 times, the Kohen has to give. If he has his own, he's a butcher, so the first time, second time, he's potur. But afterwards, if he continues to sell meat, he has to give the matnos kehuna. Okay, he's not potur. So why? Because it's not for himself. It's for business. So business, you have to invest. Yes? Give the Kohen what it belongs to him. Even though he's the Kohen, he has to give another Kohen, not to give it to himself. Give it to another Kohen. It's also Mari So'ain, yes. Right. It's Mari So'ain people will think that it's not a real, it's a shtick. It's not a real business. Okay. Now, how does the food know to go into the esophagus? Who tells the food the way where to go? Of course, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu, yes. But how? How does he show the way? Let's see now how it works. We have a famous Gemara. The teachers tell us in school, Ein mesichim b'shas ha'seudo, shemo yakdim, kone leveshet. What is that? Why does that happen? Okay. Yeah, I don't have a table here, so I'm using the gravity. I hold it and then I cut, because it's heavy, comes out. But then it will block. You won't be able to see. Here we are. Hold this, please. No, here, hold this, please. Okay, yeah. Sehr gut. Okay. No, I want to show something. Okay, put it on the floor. Okay. Here we have the two simonim, the kone and the veishet. This is the mokoi mashchite, the place where we cut on the shechita. You see? Inside it's white, outside it's red. And this is the trachea, the windpipe, kone. Okay. Now, in the other side, the beginning where the air comes in, we have a gate, sha'ar. See this triangle cartilage cover standing in the entrance to the windpipe. Now, when the food comes from the tongue, it goes like this. The food itself pushes the cover, and then the cover closes, and the food has no other way to go, only straight into the veishet. This is, you see my finger in the veishet. Okay? Why did it happen? Because that was a normal way of eating, of swallowing. When he swallows, the food pushes the cover, pushes the gate, and goes into the veishet. But if somebody is speaking, in order to speak, we can't speak if we bring in air, because that is cold air, and it doesn't activate the vocal cords. In order to activate the vocal cords, we need warm air, okay? So warm air comes from inside, from the lung. So in order to speak, we can speak only when we take out the air, okay? So now, if somebody is speaking during eating, so what happens? The air comes out from the lung and pushes the gate, opens the gate. And now, if he's speaking, the air comes from one direction, opens the gate, and the food comes from the other direction, and wants to push and close the gate. but the air is coming from the other direction and pushing. So the gate remains opened, and then the food falls inside, straight to the windpipe. You see my finger inside? Look at the screen. You see? My finger is inside because the michse hakone, the gate of the trachea, was open. So the food fell in and went into the windpipe. If it happens, so it's very dangerous, because then the food can go into the lung and block the breathing. It's chas v'sholem chenek. Okay, so what did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do? HaKadosh Baruch Hu made in the windpipe very, very sensitive sensors. They are very sensitive to any feeling of something going down the windpipe, even if it's liquids that come from the nose or spitting or things like that. It tickles there, and then it activates a reflection of coughing. What is coughing? Coughing is taking out a big amount of air from the lung. Okay? So if the food falls in here, so we start to cough. If I cough, it pushes out the peanut. Okay? Pushes out the food that fell in, and then, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Poideu Matzil. If it doesn't work, so we have a technique of, it's called Heimlich. The person from Matzole comes, or the mother, she comes, and she presses the lung from outside at once, like this. One. Okay? You press the lung at the bottom of the ribs, and that pushes a lot of air outside, and also can take it out. The best thing is not to speak. Okay, and then, so this is a lechia tachtoin. Here inside we have the brain, the moyach. The moyach of the sheep is very, very small. Why? He doesn't need a lot of brains. What is he doing all day? Chewing and he has a very small brain. Okay, maybe אין לנו הבאת את המסור? טוב, זה בסדר, נראה אחר כך. Okay. So now, before the Shechita, in order to know that the Shechita won't be, we didn't speak about one of the 5 haloches, Chamesh Ilchos Shechita. The one very important one is Hagrome. What is Hagrome? There's a place that is kosher for Shechita. If you do in a higher spot or a lower spot, it's posul, it's nevele. So where's the border of the Hagrome? In the top border, in the windpipe. That is simen in the Shulchan Aruch, simen kaf, simen kafhei. We have the halachas of checking after the Shechita to see that it was in the right place. So we have here the border is this bump. We see like a white hill. This white hill. See a hill, white hill, a bump. That is called in Loshen Chachomim Shipui Koiva. That is the border, and every shoichet feels the neck of the beimeh to feel that bump. In English, they call it Adam's apple. Okay, that's a mishigas of the goyim, that they say that it got stuck there. They say that Etz Hadas was apple. We say, the Gemara says, she'etz hadas chito hoyo. So therefore, we call it chitei. Inside here, we have like 2 seeds. Inside here, we have like 2 seeds. It looks like a barley or a wheat bean. You see, it's two pieces of cartilage that look like a wheat. Those are the chitei. The chitei are inside the shipui koiva. They start on top of it and finish under it. So therefore, if I do a shechita in that place, I'll show you soon. So that will be Poga bechite, we'll show you soon. Before I show that, I want to show the border in the Veishet. The Veishet, after I cut it, this is the cut of the Shechita. The Gemara says, and also Shulchan Aruch, Simen, Shechita, that's also Kaf, Simen Kaf. The Shulchan Aruch says that after I cut the Veishet, it is kavitz, miskavitz. Kavitz means shrinks. See, I'll let go, I'll leave go, and it closes. Closes. And you can see it's wrinkled because it shrinked. That shows us that this spot is a spot that is kosher l'shchite. But in the top of the veshet, it's hard and thick, and that is called turbatz haveshet. The place of turbatz haveshet is already posul l'shchite. Why? The Gemara says, when I cut there, it is choischoi ve'oimed bimkoimoi. It doesn't shrink, it stays still. I'll separate the esophagus. You want to hold this? Hold this. Okay. Here, this is the side. This is the side that is kosher. When I leave it, I leave go, it shrinks and closes. This is the side that is already turbatz haveshet. When I open it, it stays opened. So this is turbatz haveshet. The mokoim aposul. What? It's not kosher. Because it's too up. It's already towards the head. It's not called tzavor. It's not a neck. It's already head. Belongs to the head. It's in the jaw, between the bones of the cheek. It's already inside. It's behind the cheeks. Because it's behind the cheek, it belongs already to the head. And the place that belongs to the head, it's not considered simonim. Okay, so this is the Veishet. Now, the Kohen, the Shechita for sure is kosher when I do it in the rings, the tabois. The windpipe is built from rings, a lot of rings, one after the other, and they're made from cartilage, and it becomes wide and thick on the outside, and thin and soft towards the back of the windpipe, and this is the side of the Veshet. And this side here is called Retzuois Shel Bosor. It's not cartilage, it's flesh, it's a muscle. It's a muscle, and that's what the Gemara calls Sh'ar Tabois. But the front ring, that is the Tabas Agdoilo. That's the first ring, first and biggest ring. It's completed. It has no muscle. It's only cartilage from all the sides. This is Tabas Agdoilo. According to the Mishnah, the Shechita is possible already in Tabas Agdoilo. There's only a Machloikes, Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yude, v'Chachomim, if we say Rubai Kechuloi or not. But Shulchan Aruch is poisek like the Gemore, that Tabas Agdoilo is for sure kosher, only if we did a Shechita on top of the Shipui Koiva, the bump. Okay? And that's the haloche mi'ikir adin. But Ramo in Ilchos Shechita says, in order to be leharchik atzmo min ha'aveire, you have to go away from the isurim, so go down and never shecht next to the shipui koiva, only do the shechita always under the tabas agdoilo, to be sure that you're far from the problematic place. Okay, inside of the tabas agdoilo and the shipui koiva, we have these two chitei, two white cartilage beans, that if I do the shechita behind the shipui koiva, I will cut them, and the Shulchan Aruch says that will be a sign that I did the shechita underneath the shipui koiva. Can somebody bring me a cup of water? This is from the sheep. Okay, now we will go to the body. We finished the head, we're going to the body. What do you have in the body? We have the feet. The feet of the behema are built from three parts. Three parts. This part is called Arkubo Atachtoino Hanimkeres im Rosh. These details are in Shulchan Aruch Simen Nun Vov. Nun Vov and Nun Hey Nun Vov. This part of the leg, if it gets broken, the behema is kosher. Why? It's not so necessary for the body. Let's take away from the sheep. Okay, now we have two other bones. The middle bone of the leg is called Arkubo Elyoino, and the top one is called Yerech. Arkubo Elyoino is also called Shoik. So we have Arkubo Tachtoino, Shoik, Yerech. In the Yerech we have Gidanoshe. We'll show it at the end of the shiur. In the Shoik, on the bottom of the Shoik, we have three, I'll call it like tendons or ligaments that are called Tzomes Hagidim. We have this one. This is a very strong gid, that it's so strong that we can hang the be'ema. You see, the be'ema is hung on this gid. The Gemara calls it gid ha'alime, the starke, the strong gid. And we have two other ones, this one and this one, altogether 3. What is so special by them that if they get cut, the be'ema is treife? Look at the foot. You see, the whole be'ema is standing on those three muscles, and it's known also in the how do you say, the medicine, they call it Achilles. Yeah. Why? Because that's the center of the whole weight of the animal that leans on this spot. And if we tear it or cut it, so the whole be'ema collapses. She can't stand. And it also hurts so much that she can get, she won't live. Okay. But the problem is, this is Shitas Rashi. Harayved, he says, why do you call it Tzomet? Tzomet is like we have Tzomet Shimshon. We have one road to Yerushalayim, one road to Bet Shemesh, one road to Shimshon, and they meet, and they become one together. That's Tzomes, Milshon Nitzmas. Nitzmas means attached together. But those 3 Gidim, they're not attached together. There are 2 on the bone and 1 in the back. So Harayved says, I don't hold that is a real Tzomes Hagidim. I found that the real Tzomes Hagidim is in the front, here. In the front, we have really 3 muscles, 3 Gidim that are like a braid, a tzama. They're all twist together, and that is the real Tzomes Hagidim. Shulchan Aruch brings both shitois, and he says that lechumra we have to be machmir, that we won't have none of them torn. But Haramo says, Das Rishoino Iker. The real halacha is, according to the Das Rishoino, that the back ones, they are the real Tzomes Hagidim. But it's not common at all. It's lo motzui. Here we have 1, 2, 3, and they are all attached together. You see? So that is like a tzama, braid. And this is also nitzmas. Mokoim shehem tzmusim. Okay? But the problem is, it's a very nice svore, but Ramo has no masoires. He made up that opinion. But not Ramo, the Raived. But we're choishesh to both days. That is the leg. In the front leg, we have no treifos. But we have the halacha of zroa lechayim vekevo. If we find it kosher, so we have to give the zroya shel yamin, the right hand. So how do we know that? You have to stand like the be'emah. This, my right, is the be'emah's right. This leg, we have to give the Kohen without the arkuba tachtoino. This we don't have to give. Only 2 bones. Okay. Now, what? Okay. Now we're opening the stomach. We'll take out the organs. those organs that we have halaches that we learned. So we'll show them quickly because it's gute schmeck. Okay? So we don't want so much to smell. So we'll just take it out and show the things, and then we'll leave the kevo on the side for the Kohen if it comes out glatt, and then we'll take out all the kishkes, and then we do the bdike of the reyo, because the reyo is inside. So we first meet the intestines, we take them out, and then we check the reyo. That's the way to do it in the behemah, when it's hung. Okay. Now, the place I'm tearing up is called mafrata. Mafrata means mokoim she'atabochim poirim. That's the place where the butchers open the stomach, and some deists that say that this is called keres hachitzon, because we have, Shulchan Aruch just says keres hachitzon, keres hapnimi. He doesn't explain what is the chitzon and what is the pnimi. But in the Gemara there are 6 opinions. What is the pnimi v'chitzon? But only Atur brings them. But Shulchan Aruch doesn't bring the opinions. Maybe according to Shulchan Aruch we have to be machmir according to all of them. Because we have a difference. The keres hapnimi, the halacha is that even if you have nekev kolshehu, is treifos. But keres hachitzon, they add the tefach, so it's much more kal. Okay, here we see this is the keres. What is the keres? Human beings, le'adam en keres. Keres, but only behemah that is malegero has 4 stomachs. Keres, hemses, besakoisois, kevo. Human being has only a kevo, the stomach. So this is the keres. It's called rumen in English. It's like a big sack, a storage, where the behemah keeps the food. Why does it need it? The simonim, we have a chakire. Maybe you spoke about that. We have a chakire. You reached already Ain Tes? No. Not yet. You're in Melicha. Okay, you'll reach it. We have a chakire. The simonim that we have, malegero, mafris parso, is it just a sign to tell us what is kosher and what not? Or maybe that's the reason, the goyrem, the chakire shel Rabbi Chonon Wasserman. And we find it already in Rishonim. Okay, so now we have also a Barbanel. And some of the Meforshim, they want to say that the malegero mafris parso is the reason why are these behemoths kosher. It says also in Sefer HaKolbo, Orchois Chaim. They say those behemoths that chew their cud, their malegero, it's because they eat only grass and seeds or bread, food from that has a lot of cellulose. So in order to digest that food, they must have this special system of the four stomachs. And more than that, this stomach that you have to keep the food before you digest it, that is a special thing for animals that are afraid from other animals that will come to catch them. So they have no time to sit in the field and chew the food. So what they do, they just swallow the food because they don't have teeth on the top. So all the grass is whole. And all the seeds, they don't chew the seeds. They just swallow and fill this stomach. And then they run away from the wolf. The wolf is waiting near the creek. He knows that the deer or the goat will come to drink water and eat grass. So he's waiting there. So the deer comes quickly, fills the stomach with food that is not chewed, and then he runs away from the wolf. The wolf wants to catch him. So Hashem gave him special shoes. I don't wear sport shoes, but some people that wear, they know that the heels, call it heels, are special, that they give the people that want to run, they give them balance. It's not flat. You have like bumps or things that, that take care that you won't slip, and also that you can jump from place to place and you won't fall. So Hashem also made these two fingers, it's split, that he says, Medale galehorim, mekapetz al agvois. Because he has these special feet, he can jump from side to side and run in circles without falling. And the wolf or the leopard or anyone that wants to catch him, he gets tired. He can't run that way that he runs, in circles and jumping. He can't do those things. And then that way he tires the wolf, and then he goes into a bush or somewhere, and there he sits, and he brings all the food back from this stomach. He brings it back to his mouth, and then he chews it again, and then he brings it back to the other stomachs that we'll see soon. The stomach has a special protection of fat. This fat is called Hachelev HaMechase Es Akerev. It's Mechase means it's covering, and it's also called Peder. Hapoder besoif posuk. Yes? So a peder means a layer of fat that covers the whole stomach to protect it, and keep it warm all the time, so it will be warm. Now, I'm opening here. This part of meat is called ksolim. Ksolim in English is the abdomen wall. Ksolim is shon koisel. Samech v'sav mischalvois. You see here, you have one, and inside here we have chaylev, and up here we have chaylev. That's called chaylev aksolim. Okay. Okay. This is the stomach, hakeres. Here we have this intestine is called hadre decante. What's special in this is that the fat is shumen. It's not chaylev or asur. This fat is mutor. It's chaylev amutor. Why? We have a klal. Rabbi Shmuel veRabbi Akiva. There's machloikes on the simonim of chaylev. What is the chaylev or asur? So we say the chaylev that is asur is the chaylev that is not attached. It's not attached It's like a michseh. All the chalovim that are not attached, they are asurim. The chalovim that are attached, they are mutorim. Also, if I have a hole in the stomach, it says in Shulchan Aruch also, Simen Samechei. No, that you did. Yeah. Simen Samechei, that's a simonim of the Cheleb. And it also said in Simen Nun. If I have a hole in the stomach and the Cheleb is covering the hole, it can't heal because it's loose. But if I have a hole in the Hadre Decante, in this intestine, and the Cheleb is covering the hole, it's kosher. Why? Because the Cheleb HaKosher, Oduk boy, it's attached, and then it's healing the hole, and the food won't come out. If the food can come out, so it's Treifos, because the food is like poison for the body. Okay. Here we have Hadakim. Nikvu Hadakim Ksheiro. They say in the science that these intestines are long 18 times the length of the body of the animal. From this, we can do kishke. We clean it. We take out all the junk. And then we stuff inside. We can put dough or rice. That is kishke. And this part doesn't need nikur. There's no chelev on this. But all the intestines, they need nikur. You're not allowed to eat them without a menaker going over and seeing that there's no chelev. And there is a lot of chelev. Okay. Here we have this place, this thing is called Hemses. And right next to it we have, this is the kevo. This kevo we're supposed to give the Kohen. And it says in Shulchan Aruch, Simen Samechei, and also we have it in Shulchan Aruch, around those nun base. This kevo is built in the shape of a bow. You see, it's like a bow, going like this. There's chelev in the bow, and there's chelev out of the bow. The chelev out of the bow is osur. You see, because it's loose. The chelev in the bow, me'iker adin, it's muter. Today we go according to the day that also this is called chelev ayisre, and this is called chelev akashte. Today we don't eat both of them. Okay, this is the hemses, and here is beis hakoisos. Hemses and beis hakoisos sit one next to the other. If we have nekev mehemses lebeis hakoisos, if it's in the side when they're attached, so it's kosher because mimele also during when the behemoth is alive, also they are attached. Now, I'm taking out, maybe we have a box or something to put all the intestines in the box. Do we have? A bag or a box? Bag or box, something. Here we see, this is the veshet. We must cut it. We must? Okay. Okay, 1 second. The veshet comes in from the throat to the stomach. It's very amazing that here is still mokoim kosher l'shchita. If I pull it out and I do the shchita here, it's kosher, even though it's already in the stomach. But if I reach the place where it's not smooth and white, it has like hair, it has a tissue of like a towel, that is called mokoim sheyasir. I'm taking out all the shmutz, don't worry. This is mokoim sheyasir, that is already posul l'shchita. Bring the box, bring the bag. הקיבה עוד בפנים פה, אחר כך אם יהיה נוציא אותה משם. הופה. Yeah.
Is it possible to take, when it's good for you, a break for 2 minutes and to take something that's ready, maybe the jar or something, you can soak it in water for 30 minutes, and then I'll do the malicha, something little, so they can see how to do malicha.
Aha. Yes. No, but this belongs to the Kohen.
I know, but you can salt it for me.
No, I have to give it raw before salting.
Do you have to cut any veins?
Yes, I have to prepare it also. So,
Something is ready to do malicha, even a stomach. Just
okay, so let's check the rail. Okay, now, here, yeah. Here we have, do we see it? Yes, we see, very nice. Okay. Here we have like a screen, a curtain. We have a curtain that is blocking the whole way. This curtain is called diaphragm. Diaphragm has three, move it to the camera, Azoy. Okay. The diaphragm is called in Loshen HaKodesh, we have three names. The common name in the Gemara is called Tarpash HaKoved. Tarpash means a piece of flat meat. HaKoved is the liver. Here we see, this is the liver on the right side of the diaphragm. Hanging on it, we see the gallbladder, moro, kisa moro, and this is the diaphragm, tarpash hakoved. In the Mishnah, it's called chatzar hakoved. In the Teire, we have a machloikis. Rashi says that when we have in the Chumash Vayikro, it says, Hayoiseres asher al hakoved. So Rashi says that is the diaphragm. But Rambam says, Hayoiseres al hakoved, that you give the korban, that is the finger of the liver. This is the finger of the liver. Lefi Rambam, this is Hayoiseres asher al hakoved. On the left side, we have the spleen, the troil. The halacha is nita la troil kosher. If I took off the spleen from the behemoth when it's alive, it can live without a spleen. But if I make a hole in the spleen, nika vatchoil, we have two sides. One side of the spleen is thin. אחריי, אבל אחריי. אתה למדת, סימן? למדת? למדי, למדבו. Yeah? Okay, we have two sides of the spleen. One is thin. The Gemara calls it kulashei, or in the halacha, it's called tzadadak. And we have the thick side. I said thin and thick. The thick side is sumchei. That's called tzada'av. Thin side is kulshei. It's called tzadadak. If the hole is in the thin side, b'mokom ha'av, then it's treife, because it's the behemoth needs it. But the thin side, the tzadadak, if there's a hole, nikav b'tzadadak, ksheiro. This is the spleen.
Why is a hole in the spleen worse than a total absence of the spleen?
Because if it's a hole, and the hole is from side to side, so the blood comes out, and it's like shetef dam. How do you say shetef dam in English? Yes. Okay. So now, in order to check the reyo, we have to open the diaphragm, and then we go through, and we can see and feel the lung. I have to cut very carefully the diaphragm in order to be careful not to hit. לא להסתיר, לא להסתיר. משני הצדדים. יש כאלה שעושים מאמצע. It's better to do from the side. Now, I put in my hand and I feel all the lobes of the lung. This is the left side where the spleen was. I have to find here two lobes, small lobes that are unois, and one umo, big umo. Very nice. They are clean without any strings or sichas. Now I go to the right side. I open it. In the right side, I have to find also one big umo, and then three lobes, unois, And inside the pocket here, there's a nunise de varde hiding in the pocket. I take it out, and then I say that it's glat. Glat Bes Yosef. Here, I want him to learn how to check. Yes. One minute. You know, you're doing now the right side. How many unois do you have to find? After him. 3. You find them. Tell me if you find. 3 unois. Einunisa de varde. Take it out of the pocket. You see? Now, יש כיס, בתוך הכיס היא נכנסת, חוזרת, כמו שצריך. ברוך השם. בסדר, אז זהו, לא יותר מ3 בוידקים. No. Okay, here. Come in. Okay. So now, we want to show מה ההבדל. According to Bes Yosef, you're not allowed to have even a small string that comes from the lung to the ribs or from a lobe to a lobe. It must be without any strings. According to Ramo, even if you have a string, and also according to Mechaber, you're allowed to have strings from neighbors. One lobe that is a neighbor of the other lobe, so it's okay. But if it jumps from one lobe on top of the other lobe, or goes to the back, so that's treifos. Ramo allows if you check it. That means you play with it till it falls off, and then you blow the reyo, and you put it in water, and you see that no bubbles come out, so that is okay. Today, what they do is even worse than Ramo. What they do, they peel it. They don't play with it. Ramo said, miuch umishmush. That means just to play with it. Today they peel it. They peel it off, and then they blow it. Okay? Some poskim say that was the meaning of Ramo also. Okay? זה נקרא חלק, גלת, בס יוסף, מה שאתה רוצה. הכל, לכולי עלמא. Yeah, I'll take it out and I'll blow it. Yeah. Okay, now I'll take out the lung and we'll blow it and we will see how it works. בסדר. זהו, תפריד את מה? אתה מוריד? So maybe we'll give the Kohen. You have a Kohen? Or if you want to show the Melicha first. Okay. So, נוציא את הרי אחר כך, הוא רוצה קודם כל זרוע, תביא לו. Now, we're taking off the left hand. The left hand doesn't belong to the Kohen. Taking off the left hand, and we'll break it apart, and Harav Miller will start to do Meliche. Okay? Because if we wait till the end of the shiur, then we have 2 hours for the melicha. Nobody can stay. Even I can't stay for that. So we'll start it now already, so you'll be able to see the steps of melicha. You have the shriye, hadoche, and all the things he will show us. So we're taking off the left hand because the right hand we're giving the Kohen. Okay, so we're taking the left hand that belongs to us, so we can use it. And before we do the melicha, also we have to cut the blood veins of the hand. You have to know that there's a difference in hilchos dam between the nikur that they do in Chutz La'aretz and the nikur that they do in Eretz Yisrael. In Chutz La'aretz, they take the whole hand and they dig out all the main blood arteries and veins. They have to take them out completely. That's called, in Shulchan Aruch it's called chutim shebayad. You have to take out all the chutim shebayad. Take them out. Lefi mechaber, you don't have to take them out. It's enough that you just cut them before the melicha, and during the melicha, the salt will drink out all the blood. And that's according to Sfaradim. In Chutz La'aretz, the Sfaradim do like that, and Ashkenazim do like a Ramo. Ramo says, Tzorich litoil hachutim. You have to take them out. In Eretz Yisrael, the minhag is also the Ashkenazim do like the Mechaber, that they only cut, they don't take them out. Why? Because at the beginning of the history of the first newcomers that came during the days of Reb Shmuel Salant, Maril Diskin, so they said that because they have only one Shechita, so they will do the nikur shel chelev lechumre v'shel dam lekule. Why? Because also Ramo is moide that chaschei umalchei shapir dami. If you cut it and then you do meliche, so it's okay, b'diavad. So Ramo agrees to that. So we can do, according to Ramo, b'diavad. And that's what they do in Eretz Yisrael. Some tried to change it, but it never worked. You can't change the Yerushalayim, you can't change them. Okay? So, therefore, that's minhag Eretz Yisrael, that we just cut, even the Ashkenazim, that's what they do. אתה תחתוך גם את החוטים, כן? אתה מוריד עם הכתף. Here, in the left side, he's taking off also the shoulder. In the right side, we'll leave the shoulder for us because it doesn't belong to the Kohen. Only the hand belongs to the Kohen. The shoulder belongs to the Bailim. Here, the whole hand with the shoulder belongs to the Bailim. So we're taking it off, and we're starting with Shriye here. You cleaned it from the... Yeah, okay. Okay, this is okay. It's okay. But the water has to cover the whole piece. Is it enough? The first step of melicha is to cut all the blood vessels. Second step is shriye. We soak it in the water for 30 minutes, half an hour. That's step number 2. Afterwards, we let it drip, and then we have step number 3 is to salt in it. You have to spread salt on the whole piece, and all the sides, everywhere, and leave it like that in a kli menukov, you have, show the, pick it up. This is kli menukov, that we put the piece with the salt on it, and the blood drips down, and we leave it like that for an hour. After an hour, then we do niputz. Niputz means to bang it and take off all the salt. And then we do 3 times hadoche. 3 hadoches. And then it's ready for cooking. If we don't want to do that, we can do tzliya, roasting. If you do roasting, so immediately you can eat it without any other preparations. According to Ramo, you have to rinse it before and rinse it afterwards. Okay, but
You can use your regular barbecue grill?
if you kasher it afterwards,
No, I'm saying
yes, you can. But afterwards, instead of salting, but afterwards you have to clean it and put it on for like 20 minutes, so it will to kasher it. How long to roast? The roasting till it will be ready for eating for most people. Nechal shelo al yedei adchak leroiv bnei odom. Okay. Some poskim say that it's shlish. Shlish. Some say it's chetzi. תקלוט את החוטים, הנה, פה. זה, כן. לך ככה, זהו. פה. כן, ועוד, יש שם עוד איזה חוט. יופי, זהו. טוב, זה לא ממש, זה עצב דווקא. בסדר. יופי. עכשיו, בין הכתף לזה, אולי תפריד אותם? כן, בגלל שיש חוט בכתף. עדיף וגם שיהיה לאנשים, ממילא הם רוצים. כתף לחוד, גבוה מדי, אני חושב. הנה הגולה, אתה רואה את הגולה? When are we supposed to finish? When are we supposed to finish? I can finish 1 o'clock. You sure? Huh? This is the shoulder. This is the zroya. Okay? Now we're soaking it in water for half an hour. Say there. Yeah. Put on your watch. Half an hour. Okay? For Mikeradin, you just do hadoche. But Ramo and all Beis soil, they all do shriya for half an hour. That's the... Okay. Now we'll take out the reyo and see all the parts and everything. כן, ותיזהר שלא נעשה ביחד שנינו. זהו. Now he's separating the kone veveshet from the neck, and then we'll pull out the reyo with the Kohen and Veshet together. You're allowed to do hadoche with cola. You're allowed to do hadoche with cola. Some say you're allowed to use any liquid. It's depended by the te'amim of hadoche. If it's mishum rikuch, so maybe it's also... What? Can you? No. Blood is adraba. Its own blood is more kal. If you bring blood of another beime, that's also. Even if you did already melicha, and you bring new blood on top of it, it becomes also again. יש לך עוד כמה פה, כן. הנה, אתה מפריע, אתה תופס את הריאה? שם יש ריאה.
תחזיק את הכבד.
הנה שם החיבור של הלב. יש לך פה צינור? כן. יופי, תפוס אותו מהקנה. חזק. יופי. Okay. Here we have... This is the Kohen, Veshet, Reyo, Koved, Moro. Now, let's take, אולי נפריד את הכבד שלא יפריע לנו. פה תחתוך אותו ככה. That's fat. אולי עם התרפש. This is chaylev. Maybe it's not mamish shumen. I think it has to do with the pancreas. כן, תשאיר את התרפש עם הריאה. הנה אני מוריד אותו עכשיו. אוקיי. אז איפה הצינור? This is the veshet that is attached to the reyo. Here's the veshet. רגע, אבל עוד לא הראיתי דברים. לא, אני רוצה להראות דברים. כן. This is the lung. This is the right side. We have 3 lobes. One big one on the top. It's called uno hamispatzeles. One small one in the middle. And one longer one on the bottom. And this is the umo, the great lobe. On the left side, we have 2 unois. 1, 2, and 1 umo. In the center, we have hiding in the pocket. Here's a pocket. I take out of the pocket the Einunise de Varde. This is Einunise de Varde, the central lobe. No, I want to blow it. He's bringing me a pipe. Yeah? Where is it? You see this pipe? This is a special pipe. I ordered air conditioning. He came with this pipe and he told me, this is a special patent, a new type of a pipe, that it's strong and flexible. And they wrote a patent 10 years ago that nobody's allowed to do the same thing. I said, the patent is not 10 years ago. This patent is 5,785 years ago. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, He made the same thing. You see? He made rings. It's flexible, but it's strong. It will never close. He said, yes. He got the idea from the trachea. That person. Okay, so now, let's do it. היה שם איזה מקום שלא עלה. פה זה חור שאנחנו עשינו, כן. This is a hole that I did with a knife. But you can see, if I put it in the water, we'll see bubbles coming out, and that tells us that there's a hole. See, you don't see. But, okay. Say that. In the center of the lung, we have the heart. Halev. The heart is wrapped with kosher fat that is called tarpash alev, or kis shel lev. If there's a hole in the heart and we have this fat, it's called pericardium. If it's covering the heart, it doesn't heal it because it's loose. But even though it's loose, it's not called chelev tome because it's on top of the diaphragm. The diaphragm, the hayoseres hakoved, that is the border between the chalovim ha'asurim and chalovim ha'mutorim. The chalovim that are on top, towards the head, on top of the diaphragm, they are called chelev adfanes. Chelev adfanes is mutor. Okay. This is the heart. Nika valev lebeis chaloloi. Inside, we have the rooms of the heart. We have the right side and the left side. And also in Hilchos Meliche, before we do Meliche to the heart, it says, Koiroi, halev koiroi umoitzi es domoi. Inside the heart, we have blood that the salt will never take out because it's dam be'ain. So before the salting, we have to take it out and cut the heart and open all the rooms.
Would roasting deal with that?
Who will deal with that? You don't have to do davka roasting.
But if I would do roasting on the heart,
No, it won't deal that. No. You have to open also before tzliya. Yes. You have to open. And even if you didn't do that before tzliya, so it says, Lo ikroi koidem tzliya o meliche, koiroi achar meliche. And take out that blood. Okay. It's dam hanefesh for sure, yes. Yeah. Okay. The Reo has two membranes, two krumim. The tarfus of the Reo is only if the hole passes two. You can see, we have one that you can see it. Here, I'm peeling it off now. Here. This is a kruma elyoin. Kruma elyoin. And the kruma tachtoin is attached to the body of the lung. Inside, we have the pipes that are called sympoinois. Here we have the pipes, sympoinois, and they go, and they're like branches of a tree, and they go into each lobe and bring the oxygen and put it in the blood, and then it goes to the heart, and from the heart to the whole body. This is the liver. The Mishnah says that Nita lakoved, and the Shulchan Aruch brings that, Nita lakoved kosher. The behemoth can live without a liver. How? How can she live without a liver? Because if we still have... מה זה? בסדר, זה לא... גם ברגל הקדמית אין שום טרפויות. זה לא אכפת לי מה שיש לו ברגל הקדמית. ואולי לעניין אכילה, לא לאכול את הנוזלים האלה. שאולי זה דלקת. גם בצומת הגידים היה לו, אבל הגידים היו שלמים, זה רק היה מבחוץ. זה לא... So the halacha is that if I have a kazais, a piece that is begodel kazais of the liver that stayed, if it is in the place that is very chiyuni, I don't know how to say essential, okay? For the body, for the liver. For example, the place of the gallbladder, or the place where it's attached to the diaphragm, or the place where the blood, where it's attached to the kidneys. Soon we'll show the kidneys. So the liver can grow back from that part and recover. That's the nature of the liver. So it says, Nita lakoved, im nishtayer bo kazais, has kosher. But the kazais has to be in one of the three special places that we said, mokoi moro, or mokoi makloyos, or mokoi matarpash. The liver is different from the whole body. All the meat that we have, we can take out the blood. You can look now. If you saw the color of the piece before we started the soaking, now you can see the color. You see? It's bright pink. The blood that was outside came off. Now we only have blood inside. The blood inside is called Dama Evorim Shelo Piresh. Now I'm allowed to eat this piece as it is. Because inside we have Dama Evorim Shelo Piresh. The only reason that we're doing Miliche is because afterwards, if we cook, and the cooking, the blood will come out to the water, to the soup, and then we'll eat blood, shepiresh, dama evorim shepiresh. But right now, all the blood is muter. Okay? You can see that the water became red because all that blood came off.
It's supposed to be a half an hour?
Yes.
It's only 20 minutes.
So 10 minutes more. If we are Erev Shabbos or Lechvod Oirchim or things like that. But no, we have plenty of time. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 30 minutes straight. Oh, you can take it in.
That's the problem. No, you can take it in and out as long as it's still wet. But if, let's say, I did the Shriya and the Shlachtois, and then I sent it in a truck, hanging in the truck, it got dry. I have to do Shriya again. It's one of the nafkemines a Pri Megadim brings. We have 6 or 7 reasons why do we have to do the Shriya before the Melicha. One of the nafkemines between the reasons is, am I allowed to do with breaks? If the inyan is lerakech es abosor, so if I stop, I have to start again. It's not trach. Became hard again. But if the reason is to take off the blood, I took off the blood. So what do you care if it's dry again now? There's no blood anymore. Okay? No, because it's not soaking. When it's soaking, so the water goes through. It's not, okay.
What if you leave it in pouring rain?
Let's say if it's like a shower, maybe it's okay. Yes, but usually we need soaking. Soaking, it goes inside it slowly and takes out everything. Okay. You want the keva for the pictures of the Matnes Kiune, to see all the 3, right? אתה רוצה שאני אפריד? אתה מכיר את זה. אם קשה לך, אני אפריד. What's the... There's no limit. You can soak it for a few days even. We don't care. Then we have 3 days. That's the Goinim. They say that if you don't soak it for 3 days, then it becomes dry, and then no more salting, only roasting. That's Chumras HaGoinim, and Shulchan Aruch brings that. And that's the minhag. If it happens, so what you do, you put it in water, and then you have 3 days more. Okay, we're sorry for the smell because we want to separate the kevo for the Kohen. What does the Kohen, what can he do with the kevo? He can eat it. But today we have to do nikur and everything. The way to eat kevo is to eat it stuffed. People don't know to do it. Yes. But we have inside, we have the rennet. So you can do cheese, but you're not allowed to do the cheese when the kevo is still wet. You have to dry it, because when it's wet, it's bosor becholov. Yes, it's meat. You take the rennet as meat, and you put it in the milk. Sakit. בפנים, כן, בפנים. בפנים ולקשור קשר כפול. שלא יהיה ריח לכהן.
למה אין בעיה להצביע בהלכות כשיש לו ריח כזאת?
השולחן ערוך סימן, שולחן ערוך אור החיים, לא יורדי. סימן עין טס, עין ווב. He has all the types of things that you're not allowed to say dvorim shebekdusho. So the tzoyo, he doesn't mention tzoyo of sheep and cows. They used to use it in those days. They even made kelim, clay glolim, because he brings things that have bad smell, like tzoyas chamoir, tzoyas chazir, tzoyas tarnegolim adumim. There are some animals, klovim shenosan bahem oirois. Okay, we have few animals, but most and odom. The tzoy of odom is but this is not stinking so much. What? What is that? To what? For what? Say it in Hebrew. Reot, yes. The lungs, yes. The lungs, you can do regular melicha, but you have to cut the reye and reach the simpoinois. Because next to each simpoin, we have a blood vessel, and they're all full of blood. So you have to open it, so during the melicha, the blood will spill out. Okay. Say there. Okay, so koved is all full of blood. Some rishonim even say, Rashi says, koved kuloi dam. More than the heart. The heart, the Gemara says, lev misha she'iyah. The lev is smooth. It's very hard and stuffed meat that the blood goes outside and it doesn't swallow it. But the liver is soft and it takes all the blood, you see. Kuloi dam. It's all full of blood. The saltening, melicha, is not enough for so much blood. So therefore, the koved needs tzliye. Only tzliye, roasting. Also, this koved needs nikur. We have here, this is parts of chelev ha-mechase es-hakerev, and here we have parts of chelev ha-kloyois. We must do nikur before you eat the koved of a behemoth. Now we will see the kidneys. We have 2 kidneys, shtei kloyois. One kidney is the right one. It's attached to the liver. And the second one is the left one. It's more behind. The kidney is wrapped with fat. תשים את זה בצד, כי אני התחלתי כבר עם הכליות. The kidney is wrapped with fat. This fat is called chelev akloyos. This chelev, if anybody eats from it, he's chayev kores. Chelev. Kol chelev v'chol dam lo yisoichelu. Also we see that the chelev is not attached. I can take it off gently. This is chelev akloyos deoraise. Where's the garbage? The chelev akloyos deoraise. Now we have midrabonon. Midrabonon, it's also to eat the krum. Krum akloyos. We peel it off. We peel off this membrane. This is also midrabonon. Why? Because during the life of the behemoth, the chelev is sitting on it, and it's swallowing the fatness, the grease goes inside. Okay? And also we have midrabonon. We're not allowed to eat loiven kulio. We have these white pipes that go inside the kidney. They are called loiven kulio. They are also midrabonon. Okay, so later, if anybody wants to eat the kidneys, we'll take them out. Now, he brought us pieces from inside the stomachs. This is inside the keres. The keres has a texture that looks like a towel. See? There's a tissue like a towel. And that is called mokoim sheyasir. The mokoim shechita I showed you before, that we're allowed to shecht the veshet till we reach the place that looks like searot. Mokoim sheyasir, in the Shulchan Aruch he calls it sheye protzim kekeres. This is the keres, the big sack that we saw, the storage. The first one that we saw. But it's not the first one that the food reaches. The food reaches first the Beis HaKoisois. Beis HaKoisois is called in that name because it has a shape of cups. Koisois. Look at the screen and you see koisois, cups. These cups, they collect the food from the stomach and they roll it and make like bowls of the hay or the grass, and they send those bowls back through the veshet to the mouth, and then he chews it again, and then it comes down back. This is called Beis HaKoisois. Next to it, we have the hemses. Hemses is called also in English omassus. It's hemses, it's from Greek. And the hemses also is called the stomach of the bletlach. Beletlach means leaves, pages. We have like a lot of pages, and the food goes from a page to page. Between the pages are moving all the time, and they have tiny teeth. I don't know if you can see them. Very tiny teeth, and they're moving all the time, and that grinds the food, and then the food continues to the intestines. The Gemara says, Machat shenimtzes bebeis hakoisois mitzad echod ksheiro mishnei tzdodim treife. It's also aloche mentioned, I think, memches, siman memches. Because the beis hakoisois has two membranes. So if the needle passed only one membrane and didn't go through to the other side, we don't see, the Ramah brings, we don't see koiret dam. We don't see a drop of blood on the other side. If you see a drop of blood here, so that tells you for sure that there's a nekev mefulosh. Why? Because it came from here. And the blood that you see outside tells you that the needle passed two skins. Okay? So, but if the needle passed only one skin, oirechod, so then that is kosher. But Haramo says that the hemses, because the skin of the hemses is so thin, even if the needle passes one skin, it's treife. Lama? Shesof האור השני גם להינוקב. סויפו להינוקב. משום דקוסוי. Because it's so thin, it can be menakev also. So this is hemses, this are koisois. Okay, so now we'll take it out, and we have the salt. Very good. You'll put the bar on here, and then you put all the salt and leave it here for 1 hour, and you'll see, it's going to come after 10 minutes, and see how blood is dripping. You can see the blood dripping into the water in the... Okay, the blood won't be very red because it comes with the salt, and the salt just takes out, it's called tzir. Tzir means like a sauce. But in that sauce we have the blood coming out. Okay, now you have to spread, only put on a clean surface, but not a surface where you put food, because it's still also, still have, what is that red spot? Here, it's a blood vessel, but we cut it. It's okay? Okay. Okay, bring the salt. Now spread salt. You have, the salt has to reach all the places where I cut, or if you have 2 layers, you have to pick them up and put the salt inside. There's no mitzvah to do it in your hands. You can give a worker, or even a machine can put it. But the salt has to cover all the places that you'll see salt everywhere. Go like in order from space to space, and put salt all over. It's better that you first put the salt on the flat side, and then you put it on the round side, and you leave it that way all the time, that the round side will be on the top, because the flat side, if you leave it like that, sometimes you can have puddles of blood that will come in. Now it's the flat side. This side is the flat. Then when we'll finish it, no, still have all this. No, don't turn it over till you finish to salt the whole side. Very good. More, all around. Can waste a lot of salt because salt is the cheapest food that you have. Now again, you have to reach all the places. What? Yes, also. In the factories, that's what they do. They have a pile of salt, and they bring the chicken, they roll it like this, and pull it. You don't need so much salt. If you spread all over, it's enough. Yeah. Now leave it like that. Now do the shoulder also. And then you look at the time and you take 60 minutes. If it will be mamish rush hour, like Erev Shabbos or Oirchim, so then you're allowed to do, the Ikir Adin is Hiluch Mil. How much takes to walk a mil? Mil is 18 minutes. 18 minutes, that's enough. But the minhag is to wait for an hour. Why? Why do we do it so long? Why don't we do 1 mil? Because we have a problem that maybe after Hiluch Mil, not all the blood came out, and now when I'll cook it, the blood will come out to the water, and the rest of the blood that remained inside can come out later. The Rambam is choishesh to that, and therefore the Rambam says that after the meliche, you must boil water and throw the piece into the boiling water in order to shock it. We'll get a shock, and then the blood won't come out. That's called chalita. The Rambam holds like that. And the Shulchan Aruch brings that. Not only the Yemenites, Shulchan Aruch brings that, but he brings two opinions. Stam v'yeshoimrim. And according to the rules of Shulchan Aruch, the halacha is stam. Stam, he says that after you did the melicha, you don't have to put it in boiling water. The reason that we don't put in boiling water, because we do a long melicha of an hour, and we say that after an hour, for sure everything came out, and we don't need chalita. That's the reason. You'll see, but not right now. Like after 10 minutes, it starts to boil. המלח גס יש לו הכי הרבה כוח. מלח דק, דבר ראשון הוא ינמס, ברגע שאתה שם אותו הוא ינמס, דבר שני אין לו כוח כמו מלח גס. אתה רואה ששמים, אתה שם על הבייגלח, למה שמים מלח גס? זה נותן טעם טוב, לכן הם קוראים לזה מלח בישול, השפים בבישול משתמשים במלח גס, לא מלח דק. Okay, look at the watch. Now is 10:34 and a half, okay? So 11:34, we do the hadoches. We still don't see the dripping. I think in like 5 minutes, we'll start to see drops of blood coming out. Okay. Now I have to speak for the whole hour. What? You still have batteries? If you do a break, so it'll be a break tarte mashma. We'll break the shiur. Nobody will come back after the break. Okay, yes. So maybe I'll...
Right now, we're experiencing one Shechita by itself. In a normal situation, so you'd have lined up like 10 of them or something. What's a normal situation?
In normal situations, we have 100 for an hour in the mehadrin, and 200 or 300 for an hour in the non-mehadrin. Each animal, they do it like they build cars. It's called seretana. How do you say seretana? Yes. Each worker, there's a worker for the kidneys. What he does, he takes kidneys, only kidneys. And one opens the stomach, one opens the back, one takes off a leg. Each one has his thing, and it passes like that.
So what's the chiluk between you saying mahadran is only hundreds?
Yes.
Why?
Why? Because in order to... No, because if you do everything fast, so you don't catch everything. No. We need mashgiach only for the reyo. Because we have a klal. רוב בהמות כשרות. לא צריך לבדוק שום טרייפה. You don't have to check for anything. Only the reyo, because it is miut hamotzui. It's common. It's common to find the sirches in the reyo. So therefore, we must check the reyo. But all our other things, we don't have to check. לא, מסתכלים, בטח. יש שתי בדיקות. יש בדיקת פנים, זה בלי להסתכל, זה ככה, כמו שעשינו. ויש בדיקת חוץ, זה בא לשולחן, וזה העיקרי. זה עובר בשולחן, והמשגיח מסתכל על כל דבר, עובר על כל הריאה. Why? Because you don't have to dig and look for trouble. The Ramban says, because when you open, you see the reyo. But the intestines, in order to look for things, you have to pull them out and open them and open inside. And it's something that you're not planning to do, so you don't have to do it. You give the worker to do it. Sometimes it happened. Once happened that the butcher opened the head 2 days afterwards, and he found a swollen brain. And the Rov came and he said, it's Treifos. And people bought already the meat. What did he do? In Yerushalayim, it happened. He hired that car that goes around for the Levias. Okay? And he made an announcement. Anybody who bought meat from the butcher in Ploini, come back, don't eat it, and don't use the kelim. Ask the Rov, you have to do agolas kelim if you cook. Okay, but you're not mechuyev to look for it. אתה צריך את המיקרופון, כן.
אני אחר. לא יתמלא בדם.
We leave to the left so that the food doesn't go down the contact.
Ah.
But if they're one right in front of the
Yes. Only by beheme, it's one in front of the other. But in human being, it's yamin v'smol. It's also one behind the other, but the veshet is more on tzad small. And all the doctors know that when they do zonda. You say, yes? So you have to lie the patient on his left side. Then the zonda goes in. If he lies on his right side, it gets stuck. It won't go in. That's by human being. So it's also machloikes Rashi ve'Rashbam be'arvei psochim. What is the reason that you have to do a sebe on the left side? Rashi says it's because of your hands. Because if you do a sebe on the right side, you can't use your hand. You can't eat. The nafkamina will be a lefty, iter yad. But la'aloche, also iter yad has to do with small because the sakanti chamira meisura, because of the other term. That's Rashbam, he says. But there's a difference between the be'ema and the odom. Yeah. What happened? Who is the Kohen? Give the... יש לי פה את החוברת. יש לי פה את החוברת.
יש לנו 3 או 4.
זה לא מכובד לתת את הקיבה לכהן. זה מכובד. You have to give מכובד זה כמתונה. Okay? So you can give, I think you can give 2 kohen. 2. One will get the zroya. Okay? And one will get the lechayim with the cable. That's it. To divide the zroya already, it's like small, too small. But if the kohenim tell you that they feel that it's choshuv for them, half a zroya, so you can give 3. But the cable, don't give. You know. Okay, look, we don't say a broche on the Zohar Chaim Kevo. Lefi Agoen, how is this shul called? Agro. Lefi Agro mevarchim. Lefi Agro mevarchim. ככה אומר פרס השולחן. אז זה סופק. So say broche בלי שם ומלכוס. Okay? No. Shechianu, also we say, take a pri chadash or beged chadash. A pri chadash אומר לקחת pri chadash. Okay.
Fine. You get the first one. One of them.
So here you have, you want to divide, יכול להיות שהוא רוצה לחלק את הזרוע לשני כהנים. You want to divide the זרוע into 2? The hand. It says Bashoir Agodol. If you have an ox, so you divide. But the keves is a katan. No.
I won't divide it.
Whoever wants to see afterwards, you can see that the meat is starting to drip already. השק הזה, זה המי רגליים. תוך השק הזה. Yeah.
And to follow up to my previous question about how it normally done in large settings, can you speak a little bit about your training? When you were trained, was it going to a shlach house and staying time there, or is it staying time with one?
At the beginning, I went to one. I saw how it looks like. And then I went to the shlachtos.
You worked in the shlach house?
I can't work in the shlachtos. I'm too slow. They don't let me.
You were there to watch, to learn.
Yes, I just... no, I have like the Shechita, so I'm mashgiach. But to work, I can't do as fast as they want. What? Gida Noshe we didn't show, right. Okay, right after the Matnos Kiune, I'll show you גידה נושה. אתה תוכל לחתוך להראות את גידה נושה? רק להוציא את הגיד.
In the Kohen Veshet, one in front of the other is the behemoth. So does he have to go all the way through one before he gets the other one?
Yes, but sometimes it can slip to the side. Because we see machloikes in the Gemara, באויף שכשר בסימן אחד, איזה סימן? למה? כי sometimes I can pull the semen to the side and do.
But normally you go all the way through the front one, and then you get to the back.
Yes. That's the normally. This doesn't have an alio because it's called merino. It's a European sheep. The alio, only the Middle East sheeps, they have it. Why? The alio is like the hump of the camel. He has fat because in Eretz Yisrael you have rain only during the winter. He has grass only during the winter. So he has a lot of fat in his tail. And then during the summer, he uses all that fat because he's eating only kotzim. But in Europe, they have grass in the summer also. So the sheep don't need that alio. למישהו אחר, כן. אבל אל תברך עוד פעם, תכוון עכשיו על הברכה. Amen. Okay. So you said also Alechem Akiva, you meant this also. This you give to a different Kohen.
Take it home with you. Bring it to your mother right now.
No, you're not allowed, Arav HaKoyen, you're not allowed to eat it before we cut the blood vessels. The tongue has veins, we have to cut them. And tongue of a sheep is not so tasty like a calf. Okay. Do you have this?
Yeah, I have one.
I gave you. You want for the Beis Medrash or
For my son.
for your son? Yeah. Okay.
So when giving matzos,
Because it's a special ceremony, and everybody else, so they're makpid to bring like a Kohen Miyuchas, but it's like a Pidyon Haben. I mean, they look for a Kohen Miyuchas. But you can, it's not necessary. What? It's water, but it's very, very salty, that water. It's called tzil. You can see that it's red. Look at the floor there. You see it's red. It's red. It's pink. It's pink. What? Depends how many people help me. It won't take it'll take 1 hour. Yeah, no, I take care. I do a shkoche.
If we would have just left it here like this for the same amount of time without the salt, no flood.
No. Will dry. מה? אני לא מדבר על הכשרים. Equal, we have 2 days. What is equal? 1 day means that I take the simonim and I tear them out of the neck. And Rashi says that equal means that I do shechita with a knife that is tearing. What? Niku? You mean niku? To take off equal. Here. Yes. You take it off here. But when it's alive, ikru shoir, when it's alive, take it off, and then he can't walk. Maybe. But the thing to do, why do they do that? It's just to show, he doesn't kill. Yes. Let him melachim.